fucking roll this week.
Yeah.
Cheers or something. Cheers for actually keeping track of my fucking schedule. So, this is Incredibles 2.
Yes.
Do we want to talk about the movie first or the short first?
What have we done in the past? What did we do with Coco? I think we talked about the short.
Yeah, well, that's because that's self-indulgent frozen splooge.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's why we talked about that one.
Yeah, that's why we talked at length about that one. Might as well just go chronologically.
Let it die.
No.
Let the franchise fucking die.
No, man. We got Kingdom Hearts 3, and then we got Frozen 2 coming out.
I don't believe that release date until it's actually on the shelf.
Or in my hand. Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
But anyway, so well, I had my cry on camera moment yesterday, so do you want to take this one for Bao?
We're talking about Bao. Okay, yeah.
Might as well go in order. So,
sure.
I'll put a little timestamp when the actual Incredibles 2 review starts. Let's talk about Bao for starters.
Yeah, so, oh man, what a surprise. It sort of hit pretty close to home for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a metaphor, obviously of parents having a hard time letting go and that kind of
we're
thing.
just assuming that you've already seen the movie at this point, and I know the dog's trying to sneak in my fucking room. Max, get out of there.
Max!
Hey. Stand up. You know better.
Respect privacies. Come on.
Anyway, sorry about that.
So, yeah, if you haven't seen it, oh man, what's the short version? Probably gonna see it.
Yeah, go see it. It's a great movie. I love Incredibles too.
Yeah.
So
that's the short version.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Bao then.
yeah, so Bao is starts off with a quite frankly an insane premise where what do you call those things?
Dumplings.
Dumplings, thank you. I'm really groggy and I may be coming down with something, so I'm a little tired.
They are also called Bao.
Okay, I did not know that.
Because Bao in Chinese also means wrap.
Okay.
To wrap something or to encase.
Good to know. Anyway, one of them just comes alive one day in this poor little Asian woman's hands and just grows into a man over the course of a day.
Oh no,
it seems to imply. I don't know.
It's basically what's the best way to explain? It's like your kids just grow up so fast, but you always just remember them as that baby that got attacked by the dog, because you know that's what happened.
Oh god, don't let it die, don't let it die.
Yeah, and so first of all, the way they animated the mom's bug eyes were fucking perfect.
And of course there was that moment.
Just like that, shit.
Speaking of that, we have to talk about that moment where I don't care what audience you're in, everyone has the same reaction of, what the fuck?
We'll get to that.
I mean, it's pretty straightforward short for what it is.
So it's sort of like this montage of what I'm assuming the way this woman sees her child growing up. Initially it's oh, it's a baby, it's cute. Oh my god, I almost got killed!
Yeah.
And then oh, it's a baby, it's cute. Oh my god, his head is dead in my soccer ball!
That's again, the parent mantra for the first 5 years of life is don't let it die, don't let it die, don't let it die.
And I think it, because this is probably a few arguments that I've had with my own mom. The way that the parents perceive you in ages 1 through 4 is just sort of it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to get out of that.
It's really hard to get out of that. And they're just always gonna see you as their little baby dumpling or the kid that got kidnapped by teenagers. Yeah. Age 2.
You never told me that story.
Oh, I didn't even know about it until recently.
Oh shit.
Yeah. No. My mom apparently fought off some some teenagers off in the late 80s when I was born.
Shit.
Because they were fucking with me or something. I don't know. Fuck teenagers. So they would be like 50 now. Fuck you guys. So there was that.
And then there's
or in this case, you know, it's like just sort of like getting attacked by a dog, because you know that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
So it's sort of this like because of this the woman's perception of her kid is always just like
protect your child.
Your child, and then but it's sort of like this thing where you just have to like let go and then see
or be consumed.
Yeah, that was sort of it. I'll be honest. When she ate the Bao child, I was like, I did say it really loudly, and like the dad next to me was sort of like, but I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And so there's just the I don't know. Is it the metaphor that I want to take from that is that. It's the really hard slap of truth that she needs to like swallow.
The way I got
the cold pill of truth that she needs to swallow so that she can finally see her son as the way that he has been. That he's grown into a man. He's married a perfect white woman.
Which okay.
No, I'm saying by perfect I mean perfect cooking technique. Damn, I mean, no, that shit's not easy.
I was gonna. Is that a euphemism, or do you mean actual cooking technique?
Like no, the way that
the way you're doing the hands
with the like, bao making, it's not easy.
Like she has great bows. Just the way that you said that, it made me laugh. It's not like
yeah, so I sort of want to see it as, you know, by swallowing the bao, she's able to see, she's able to finally see her son, and they're finally able to have a relationship.
By the way, the whole thing, the dream sequence is worth noting, in case you haven't seen it for whatever reason, we just spoil it for you. But again, there is that brief, like, 10 seconds after, because like the dream sequence goes, they eventually grow the bow eventually grows up as a little goatee and glasses,
stuff, yeah.
and just comes home with this well-ratioed white woman with a wedding ring on, and she panics and she just fucking eats him. And for a second there's like, what is that really how this is gonna go? And I was like, that can't be it, right? But no, it cuts to her in the bed crying, and the next scene it's like, did he just fucking die? And because you don't know the dream sequence yet. So
yeah.
It's like, did this get really fucking dark?
So that's why I'd like to think, I would like to think that the symbolism is that she needs to destroy that old perception so that she can finally see her son.
Now that's a good takeaway. I think mine was much more of let your child go and be who they want to be, or he will be consumed by your cleanliness.
Well, because I saw with my friend Jeff, and his takeaway with it of the film was just live with your parents. Let me open.
Live with your Yeah, I was thinking that too. Live with your overprotective parents. What could possibly go wrong? So yeah, that was Bao.
And now let's talk about The Incredibles 2.
Yes.
Time stamp.
I'll find it later.
Yeah.
I'm lazy.
No dog. You're a little ball hog. I don't want to play with you.
Freezing. Anyway.
He's been sick. Okay. He's been sick, and I don't want to push his thing. Shut up. I'm not
Phrasing.
Protective. I want to push his constitution.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now who needs to let go, Howard?
Oh, trust me. I have to. Trust me, I know, okay.
Alright, anyway, so Incredibles 2.
Incredibles 2, oh man, so, before the movie even starts, you get this, like, whole, like, apology from Craig T. Nelson, Holly Hunter, and Sam Jackson. They're just like, man, we're so sorry this movie fucking...
And Brad Bird.
And Brad Bird, and they're all in on it, and just like, fucking play the movie!
At that point, it's like, okay, we get it. Move the fuck on. I want to see the fucking movie.
But I totally understand. Like just with like the first few seconds, like you just the particulates.
Yeah.
Like the very first scene is just that scene where
it's the ending of the first movie.
No, because there's Dicker, Agent Dicker.
Oh right,
and he's
right.
like
Played by
with the
Mike from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, and then the plunger on the teenage boy's head.
Yeah.
And then we get to the ending of the first movie with the Underminer, and it just picks up chronologically right there.
Yeah. So I guess just in general, what did you think of the movie?
I think that it really did have to wait for the technology to catch up to the story that it wanted to tell.
Did it though? Because I feel like it wasn't that much technologically different compared to the first movie.
I think the hardest bit was just like imagining how would Elastigirl, like just all sorts of conceptual ideas, like how would Elastigirl get around on just a motorcycle. Of course it splits in the middle, right? And obviously they've been watching One Piece. The main character of One Piece is made out of rubber.
I know what One Piece is.
That's impressive.
I'm not that white, for God's sake. Just because I don't like anime don't mean I don't know any of them.
I thought that's what that meant.
No, it means I tried watching them. I don't like them. That's what that means.
Well, anyway, so
and you need to get over that fact, sir.
So anyway, you could definitely tell like just like there's some concepts that they borrowed from One Piece with like elastic momentum and all of that. Although you could argue that
I was gonna say that One Piece didn't invent the elastic concept.
I would say like a Plastic Man.
Fantastic Four.
Oh fuck him.
Mr. Fantastic was like.
Fuck him. He's a wife beater.
No, he's not. You're thinking Giant Man.
Yes.
He's a bad husband, but he's not a wife beater.
It's not a great one.
No, you're thinking Hank Pym. He was Ant-Man. That's what you're thinking of.
Hank Pym's a fucking wife beater.
Yeah. But no, I'm talking about Mr. Fantastic. He was like technically the first one because he was back in like the 40s.
Yeah.
I want to say.
Which is the other thing that I really thought about this movie was that it's sort of like a modern take on a golden age comic book story.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can totally see that.
Like obviously the first movie is just all about reminiscing the golden age, but I feel like with the second movie, you definitely get some of the golden age feel back, especially
with the tech in the movies.
Especially with because it's like, is it the 50s?
And the aesthetics.
Is it the 60s? It's not. It's definitely not the 70s.
Yeah, because like it's supposed to be modern day, but a lot of the tech is like 70s based or whatever.
No, they got like tube TVs and shit.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like they also kind of have modern phones though too.
Do they?
That's from what I can remember.
Do they have cell phones? They don't. They had flip phones at best.
I'd have to watch it again because I know it's kind of conflicting as far as the style, like the world goes, in terms of the technology.
I would say their apparel is pretty modern. Like
yeah,
I would say
what I'm thinking.
I would say like fashion is like late 90s, early 2000, and like actual level of technology is like, especially with the plunger on the kid's head. That's just like that's 50s as fuck.
Yeah, I can see that. How do you think this compares to the first one?
I think I liked the tonal shift in this one because they felt more.
Like tonal shift how?
Oh, it definitely, like the first movie just sort of has like Golden Age comics with a little bit of James Bond. This is more Golden Age comics with a lot of James Bond.
I can see that too. I think I still like the first one better. I think overall because I think the pacing's tighter. And
this one did drag a little bit.
And I feel like the two storylines in the first one interconnected better. I feel like in this one because for a while this movie did like. And I really did like this movie. I think it's a really good movie. I did think that we were watching two different movies up until the final act.
Yeah, Bob's involvement into getting into dev tech sort of rushed, I would say.
Um,
Because, like, he just gets a phone call and it's like, oh my god, your wife's been involved with the screenslaver. Which, fucking, okay, so, it has actually been 6 years since I saw the first Incredibles, and you just completely forget how awful some of the villain names can be.
oh yeah, like Bon Voyage.
Bon Voyage, yeah, right. So it's sort of if you haven't seen
Mr. Incredible.
Mr. Incredible.
Thank you.
And so when you see the antagonist for the movie, the name is Screenslaver,
yeah.
and you're just like, oh, that's so bad, but it's so Incredibles. Underminer, like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like, on that note, let's talk about this is probably my biggest negative of the movie. Let's talk about the villain problem this movie has, especially compared to the first one, which, love him or hate him, Cinder was an interesting villain.
Syndrome, well, I think it's just because Syndrome sort of plays into this, like, sins of the past storyline. Is that his name, Syndrome?
Syndrome was in the first one, yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like it played much more into fan entitlement.
I could see that too, but it's sort of like the sins of Bob's past came back to haunt him in like
in a
the
way.
weirdest, creepiest, almost flatteringest way.
In a way, I kind of took more like it was just an entitled fan who didn't get the response he wanted, so he pitched a huge bitch fit.
In the worst possible way.
way. Yeah.
With a giant Superman-esque
fuck-off robot. Yeah.
Yeah. So
the problem is like that movie established who the villain was. It was pretty damn early on, and used that time to build up who he was as a character.
well, but I also like that, you know, since it is a superhero movie, they do focus some effort on detective work, which has always been like the draw of like Golden Age.
But here's the kind of the problem with that though is the fact that when you do it that way, Disney's done this a lot lately. I don't get it. Like they did this with Frozen. They did this with Big Hero 6. I don't know about Tangle. Tangle is pretty obvious from the get-go.
Tangle was really straightforward.
And like
There's no
Moana,
surprise.
kind of.
Moana's not exactly fair because
That's why I said kind of.
That's Moana is a story about it's a girl versus nature story.
Yeah, but there's
That's
still
why-
a surprise twist of the villain at the end.
But she's not the villain.
Well, that was the twist.
Yeah. There's nothing. I don't think there's anything wrong with the twist.
Well, here's the kind of the problem we do with this though, because like, one, the mystery in this one is so fucking obvious. Like, it could literally be only one of two people.
The trailers did a really good job of making me think it was Saul Goodman.
Yeah, but then at the same time, they started doing the techno angle. It's like, okay, it's got to be her. There's
Yeah,
no
like
fucking
it
way.
really does have to be her.
So it's again, if you're watching this, I'm assuming you've seen the movie already. It's so painfully obvious, and Big Hero 6 is the worst offender in this category too, because that one also had a painfully obvious villain.
Yeah.
And that when you hype up the mystery for so damn long that you kill any opportunity you have to actually build up that villain as a character.
I think.
So like instead you're just hyping up this mystery that most of the audience has already figured out by now.
Well,
And you're just waiting for the reveal, and by the time the actual reveal happens, you're like, okay, that was okay, finally. But then you don't have enough time to actually develop that character.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, definitely. What was his name? Bucky, in the first movie.
Winter Soldier.
No. Literally, his name was like Buddy or Bucky.
Oh, Bucky! Bucky was Captain America. Buddy was in the first Captain.
No, because he corrected it in Mr. Incredible.
No. His name was Buddy. I know for a fact it was Buddy.
It was Buddy. Okay.
Bucky was the Winter Soldier in Captain America.
Oh, is that the joke?
Maybe. I honestly, yeah, that might actually be a Captain America reference. Now you mentioned that.
It makes a lot of sense. Anyway, so Buddy in the first movie, he did have more. I feel like his warped sense of his warped logic was a lot more meaningful to grab onto because like you can kind of see from his perspective that
Well,
he
yeah,
was sort of wrong, but he really wasn't wrong. You did almost like endanger yourself and like whatever. So.
But like that's you're kind of proving my point though in the fact that because they didn't waste our time with a mystery subplot for mystery that's pretty goddamn obvious. We had more time to see him as he was as the villain, and we got more invested in him as the villain. And that's the problem. You stretch this out for so long, stretch the mystery for so long. It's like again, one, most of the audience has already figured it out, and two, you just kill a whole lot of time you could use to actually build up that character as a villain.
Yeah. Okay.
Because like on her own, it's well acted, but the screen slaver isn't really that interesting, and her motivation doesn't make a whole lot of sense either.
Yeah. I like I really like the visuals that came, except for the seizures.
I mean, even that visual was a great visual, but I went to AMC Saratoga yesterday. There's a plastered sign on there that was warning epileptics about.
I got it over at Shoreline 16. But I understand the use of the aesthetic and like. The whole point is like Brad Bird is a whole huge lighting guy, I think. So
like even that fight, like visually, this movie's outstanding.
Yeah. That visual it's so powerful, right? Because it's just like it's sort of like this just opposite idea that you're like safe in the light, but in this case it's like no, don't look at the light.
Yeah. I can see that. That's a good point.
It's a nice. Is that a moth? Anyway, it's a nice.
What the fuck do you see?
I saw it like fluttering. It's not gonna kill us. It's a moth.
It's like I didn't see shit.
Max will eat it. It's fine.
Okay.
No, he doesn't. He eats spiders though.
That explains why I'm seeing like spiders around
exactly.
Hey,
good boy.
Yeah, you do something useful around here. It's how you pay for your rent. You old freeloader.
So yeah, I think there's just a lot of really powerful visuals.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I'm keeping it. I'm kind of getting the negatives out of the way first. That I do have a lot of positives I do want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So like the villain, I feel like really is the big one because I feel like again considering like Syndrome was the first one and that was a great villain. To go from that to the Screenslaver, who's just not nearly as interesting.
I think the Screenslaver's plan was pretty good. Her thing was about discrediting heroes.
But it doesn't make any sense. Heroes were already discredited.
Yeah, but like her brother is working on...
Just kill the brother!
Well, Mr. Murder Guy.
She was already planning to kill everyone on that boat. Just kill the fucking brother.
Yeah, because there's a point to that, though. Killing the brother doesn't accomplish anything. It
stops her from doing all the shit to begin with.
I disagree.
Strongly disagree.
Because her whole villain philosophy, right, is that the people need to think for themselves. They need to be strong, right? Even when the boat was about to crash, her plan was failing. She went out of her way to save her brother. I feel like there's a little bit of it speaks a little bit to her character that no matter how much she disagrees with Saul Goodman, she still loves him.
Well, she could have discredited him. She could have done she could have taken the company out from under him. She has the technology. She has fucking brainwashing technology. Why not just use that on if you don't want to kill him, just use it on the brother and stop him from trying to get superheroes back in the first place. They're already illegal. Why does she need to discredit them?
Oh, isn't it just... Well, okay, chronologically, these events happen right after the death robot in the city.
Yeah, but again, clearly the police is already against them. The government already doesn't want to deal with it.
But the people could be like, oh yeah, they saved us.
The media uses the Underminer incident to reverse public opinion of superheroes right away.
Yeah, they do that. but there was probably that very small moment, right, when the public was like, Oh yeah, it was good to have supers against giant death robots. I'm playing devil's advocate
Okay.
pretty hard, really hard here. I'm trying to play really hard. Yeah, no, you're right about some of the logical issues, but I mean, it does a good movie, it does not make.
Again, that, like I said, this is just the biggest negative. There's a lot of stuff I love about the movie that I will talk about. So don't get down my throat.
I actually think her point was completely destroying the idea of supers returning.
That was already destroyed.
It was kind of
They were
destroying.
getting arrested.
She didn't destroy the program though. The program that like hid the
The
supers.
program was canceled right after the Underminer incident. She didn't need to do a damn thing.
Oh, that's true. All right, that's fine. I thought I thought her plan was pretty good.
It's kind of when you kind of start thinking like, wait a minute.
No, I thought her plan was pretty good, right? Because you know you're just making this really hard on me.
You know why? Because I'm right.
Anyway,
It's okay to admit it.
I don't know. I think there's a little twisted beauty to like crushing any revival of the supers and actually making sure supers die on the boat, like you know, and the and the politicians that support them.
That's so. Nobody supported them until they brought Elastigirl back with tech she gave her.
Yeah.
So really,
My points aren't strong. I know.
so really, if she really wanted to succeed, all she had to do was brainwash and/or kill her brother, and that would have solved everything.
Yeah. I mean.
Because clearly,
Her
she
point-
had that brainwashing technology on fucking standby.
I mean, her point was that we need to be strong and not rely on screens and whatnot, but that's not as strong of a thing as saying, like, if everybody's special, no one's special.
But the whole screen thing was just a smoke screen, ironically. Because like that wasn't the intention. You can turn the air conditioner on if you want.
No, I'll pass. We're almost done.
Fair enough. I don't know which show line I want to talk about, so that's up to you.
Okay, maybe I'll turn it on.
Yeah, at least until we're done.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, I'm just talking about the thing that kind of didn't get anywhere come close to killing me. It's still entertaining to watch, but I was kind of like, logically this makes no fucking sense. But it's also one of those, whatever. It's a comic book movie at the end of the day.
For young children.
We're young children, but it's kind of like, whatever, I'll get over it. It's definitely one of those cases, but still, it's kind of fun to talk about. It's like, yeah, that makes no fucking sense when you actually stop and think about it. But anyway, moving on. I think we were talking about the other one I kind of issue with, was kind of how disjointed some of the plots of the movie felt between Bob's storyline. Bob was also kind of a shitty person for the first act of this movie.
I think.
I understand where he's coming from, but he's kind of a shitty husband.
Well, I feel like it's a continuation of Bob's problems from the first movie.
It is, I agree.
Because it's this whole thing where he's sort of seeking the old glory, and things aren't going his way.
The first movie basically made a crisis.
And male privilege, white male privilege even.
I don't know, Frozen gets an equal share.
Well, I'm just saying, like, he does that like entitlement, like I should be bringing home the bacon, I should be doing, seeking the glory, and so, I mean, in that way, Bob is very much a Viking.
Yeah, I can see that. But no, like that being said, I did really like Bob's storyline in this, as he gets over his midlife crisis phase from the first movie.
I think the whole point of I felt like the whole point of his storyline was to understand that his time as Mr. Incredible is dead, but then he came back as
So that doesn't really work.
No, no, that's why I kind of felt like that's the negative that I wanted to point out.
Oh, okay.
So I felt like Bob's storyline should have focused on becoming a better person, becoming a better parent.
Isn't that what they did though?
Yeah, they did. But then but like accepting the idea that you're no longer Mr. Incredible. The world doesn't want you. DevTech doesn't want you. Mm-hmm. You have to be where you're needed. As Bob Parr.
Like, I get what you're saying. I still think they did that, but I never got the impression that they thought Mr. Incredible was dead for good, because even they say numerous times that's temporary.
I feel like that's like clinging to hope. Like he's clinging onto this small hope, right? Because it's just sort of like, if she does well, then I can do well. It's just it's like denial.
For the first act, it was. I think it became more clear as the movie went on that he wasn't doing it just for himself anymore, because he legitimately wanted his kids to have a choice to be whatever they wanted to be. That included being superheroes and not projecting his own ideas on what he wanted them to be on them.
That's not how he sounded to me on the phone.
Again, we're talking about the first act, though. I'm talking about the second and third act that carry into the climax.
He gets a little better. I mean, that scene at the restaurant was kind of painful.
Oh, that was fucking hilarious. That's like the best spit take I've seen in a movie in a long time. Yeah.
Or should a girl with a violet?
Like, I don't know who voices these characters. I just always kind of assumed they were kids. In the first movie.
No,
but
I don't think so.
Well, apparently not, because they sound exactly the same. So,
yeah. Sorry.
But anyway.
I'll look it up later.
Yeah, that's fine. But you can correct me in the comments. But no, I did think the way I interpreted it was much more of kind of his, again, kind of continuing off from the last movie, in that he said, like, the whole, I almost missed my greatest adventure. This was kind of more embracing that adventure and realizing just how fucking hard it is. And also just realized how much his wife up to that point has been sacrificing.
Yeah.
To do that, and I think it's more realizing, like, oh yeah, I can be a father too. Less about like the abandoning the Mr. Incredible's angle, which I didn't personally get that. But I could see where you got it. To be fair.
I really did like the focus on Elastigirl. Like I felt like, because like the first movie was just like, oh, this because the first movie is about dealing with
Bob's midlife crisis.
Bob's sins and his midlife crisis and all of that. And the second one, this is all about Elastigirl, sort of like free is not the good word. Just like being able to rediscover the woman that she was, and not just being a mom anymore. Obviously, anytime like Jack was mentioned, she freaked the fuck out.
Oh my god, the fucking raccoon.
That raccoon scene was so amazing.
Go ahead.
Like I thought it was gonna drag out, but I was like, no, this is
no, it was like the perfect length.
This is like the perfect amount of tension and like drama with a raccoon fight and a baby.
Yeah, baby versus raccoon. Who wins? And now it's
baby.
Now it's no longer in my basement. Now it's on Pixar.
Oh.
Baby raccoon nights are very popular.
Haha, we're gonna get arrested.
Watch that actually happen. Someone's like, that's him. That's the man. No, I didn't even have baby raccoon. I didn't even have a basement, so
that's true.
That they know about. See, this is why I can never run for politics. The conspiracies go flying up on the internet so goddamn fast.
I think I felt like the focus on Jack was a little. I'm not the baby raccoon fight. That was fucking amazing, but I like
the focus on Jack.
I mean, she's got so many damn powers.
Yeah, I feel like that's also kind of became the joke too. I'm just like, what the fuck else could this baby do at this point? As they just keep discovering new shit.
And then Frozone comes in and Sam Jackson's like, what the and you wanted to say, what the fuck?
Yeah. And traditional Sam Jackson from Arm, he's got to say the fuck word. It's in his contract. He's got to say fuck in some way or another.
Yeah.
They even snuck into the last Avengers, for God's sake. Yeah.
But yeah, like even Sam Jackson's character is just like, what the hell? They're babies.
By the way, love how this is the first Pixar movie that actually says the word crap.
Oh yeah, like that one like. Well, it was really like passing through. It was just,
Still, like it's still like the first Pixar movie I ever used. First kids movie I've seen in a very long time. That got away with just saying the word crap. It's an actual PG.
Is this movie for kids though? This is really for the kids.
It's still got kids. It's still got plenty of kid stuff in there.
I felt like this is really for the kids that waited 14 fucking years.
So was Toy Story 3. Kids still watch the shit out of that movie.
Yeah, that's true. They have no idea what they're missing.
Yeah, they don't get it. But they were like, "Ooh, pretty, like cool. Superpowers are cool." And there's an old guy who like belts out lava like Toad and shit.
Yeah.
And one
for me, I was like, that guy has been eating too much firehouse chili.
Yeah.
He's been hanging out with too many firefighters.
No, actually, I did really like Bob's overall story in this one. I like Elastigirls too, but I did feel like that's where it kind of became a little. Just again, this isn't really a big problem. It's more of a nitpick. Just that it became a little disjointed.
Yeah.
Because it felt like Elastigirl was having this more traditional superhero adventure. Bob was doing this whole stay-at-home dad thing, which I honestly found more interesting. But then again, the Elastica scenes were still really well done, and the animation was gorgeous, and the action sequence was phenomenal.
I like how the focus even on the kids sort of swapped, because the first movie was all about Dash.
Well, I would say all about, but
no, I mean there was definitely
he did have his own subplot.
More subplot for Dash in the first movie than there is in the second movie. The second movie is just Dash is like, I don't want to watch fucking Jack. What's he gonna do? And then they find out about baby lasers.
Pew 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 pew. They're like a little guiding thing.
You know, and but no, the second movie was really more about Violet, like
Girl power.
Girl power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having adolescence. But yeah, so like, so I think I like the first one better because I think everything kind of correlated a little better. That being said, this movie's still really fucking good. Especially like the chase scenes and the action sequences are still absolutely amazing.
Articulate effects. The way they animated Frozen's ice was really.
That looked fantastic.
It was really good looking.
Yeah, I completely agree. Again, you are right. They did perfectly capture like Golden Age comics.
Yeah. And
just kind of how colorful and kind of corny it is, but also in that kind of like delightfully hee kind of way.
Yeah, the villain has a plot that's like way too grandiose for like a regular criminal to it's not quite approaching like Penguin and the Joker in a solid gold tank, but you know.
Hey, what's solid gold tank?
You didn't know about that? Like that's like a Golden Age comic.
Okay, well I mean there's Golden Age comics got fucking weird.
Yeah, I know. Like you know the shark repellent, like that.
That was Adam West. That was the next one.
I know, but that's like making fun of Golden Age comics.
Yeah,
but
like actual Golden Age comics was I think with the actual Batman cover back in the '60s was where it's like Batman, why do you keep changing to different colored bat suits? I have to, Robin, because if I don't, I'll die. That's a real one. You can look that up.
Well, the one I'm thinking about is I think the Joker and Penguin like team up to rob a bank in a solid gold like tank, like
sure.
and then but the logic is they're robbing something. They're robbing a bank with a vehicle more valuable than anything in the bank. Like that's Golden Age.
See now
that's Golden Age as fuck.
Now I just want to go watch the animated Adam West Batman movies.
Yeah. Which
are kind of great if you haven't watched them.
I have not.
There's a great part where they kind of make fun of how the darker Batman stuff. So there's a part where Adam West starts quoting The Dark Knight Returns. Well, it's like punching the Penguin. He goes like, "This is an operating table, and I'm the surgeon." This fucking happens. It's amazing. But I know Adam West. We'll miss him. Oh, my best part was the part where he turns into the bad guy for the second half of the movie, and the part was like, I thought I dressed, like, he goes on live television, and he goes like, I thought I dressed up as a bat to strike fear in the hearts of enemies, and fight crime, protect Gotham, but really, I just wanted attention! So, yeah. It's pretty good.
I mean, I really like the feel and the tone of the second movie.
Yeah. And I'd say the first one's better, but they're still pretty close.
If that logical issue with the villain bothers you, it bothers you. It didn't really bother me that much.
I mean, like, even if it didn't bother you, though, I feel like they could have done more with the villain, just in general, overall. Like, just taking logical stuff aside, this wasn't a very strong villain.
Agree to disagree.
Fair enough. At least compared to Syndrome, who had like a good third of the movie dedicated to him.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, his whole island and everything.
Yeah, and again, like, even just ignoring the logical stuff, I just think it's always a mistake to like make a mystery for it when you could be spending more time developing it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's more my issue. Even with like more of the logical thing, that's really my big issue with this.
Well, okay, here's the argument that I just thought about. What if they made the mystery of Screenslaver so easy for you to figure out, so that when she's interacting with Elastigirl in that like sort of like Two-Face kind of way, it's sort of like
that would have worked if it was intentional.
Yeah, it wasn't, but if you know,
it could have worked if they went that angle.
Yeah,
but you have to make it clear this is the bad guy. Pretty early on.
I learned that if you wear black and white, you're a bad guy.
I resent that.
No, because Syndrome, his thing was just a giant S with that was white on a black suit. And
yeah,
I think he had a purple cape. I can't remember. No, it was black. It was black.
Anyway,
it was black, but the inside was purple. But then Disco, she was just sort of wearing something from like.
Yeah, but like
Prada, that was black and white.
Again, like, but Big Hero 6 had the exact same problem, I think, in my opinion, where like, okay, he had a good motivation, a motivation that made sense. He had a really cool, like, visually interesting power, but they saved the reveal for the last act of the movie, so by the time it got there, it had to rush to development, and there wasn't any emotional investment.
Yeah.
However, if they exposed that early on and built on that, you could have had a really good, compelling villain, like a Mr. Freeze style villain. You could have honestly probably done something like that similar here, but they didn't.
It's okay. Incredibles 3, they'll finally give us our black and white cladded Thanos.
You know who I fucking want to be the villain in the third one?
Sure.
I want Jack to be the villain. I want them to
like a time skip.
Yeah, I want them to skip ahead to when they're adults or like in their late teens or something like that. I want Jack to be like egotistic with all his fucking powers. And I want him to I don't know how they would do it, but I think it would be really interesting to see him with all the powers that he has just completely destroy his family.
I could sort of see, like if you sort of skip the focus from Bob and oh shoot, what was her name?
Helen.
Yeah, if you skip the focus from Bob to Helen and you put it to like Dash.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like this, like, I only have the ability to run super fast, you know.
But wait, you can reverse time now. Okay. Let's not do that, please.
Well,
it's too soon. No. I'm shitting on Banverse Superman again, sorry.
I'm thinking, like, if for the third movie, if they did a focus more on how Dash is, has to live in the shadow of...
I want to see these kids grow up. That's what I want to see more.
Yeah, after 14 years, maybe. Well, 14 years from now, we'll be like in our 50s, and then we can be like, hey, the kids finally grew up, just like us.
But like that's like, I mean, like Toy Story 3 did that, and that was the best decision they could have made for those characters because there's so much you can do the older they get.
Well, for Toy Story 3, that decision made sense because they were finally able to address the issue of what do you do with your toys.
But still, like, you can still make that work. You can still, if you can't find a good theme for kids with superpowers growing up with superpowers, you're not fucking trying.
That's true. Like Cars 3. Oh,
that one had more effort than Cars 2 did. That's for goddamn sure.
Yeah, but like the guy died.
Still, my point remains though.
Yeah.
It's like there's so much you can do with having the kids just grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like that's honestly something that I still want Monsters Inc. to do, and I don't know why they haven't done that yet.
Well, no, because we got to do prequels. And
No, we don't. I like Monster University fine, but how amazing would you have if you actually had Boo grow up with this knowledge of this whole other world that she's not even sure is real? Like maybe just in her imagination. Like maybe she thinks she's insane because she grows like I just remember this big blue furry friend that used to visit me every now and again.
Or she has a startup company based on Sully's pattern.
No, I like the psychological idea better because it's more like, and then suddenly it comes back. And Cheryl's like, oh shit, this is all real. And like, what do you do with it? There's so much you can do and you just grow up your characters.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, end of rant.
No, I was just thinking about it, like at the very end of the movie, it's like, what did she call Sully?
Kitty.
Yeah, it's like, Kitty?
Yeah.
And it just turns around, it's old
John Goodman. Yeah.
John
Tell me you wouldn't want to see that.
Oh man, I'm already throwing money at that.
Yeah, it's a good fucking idea. Especially with John Goodman being the age he is now. He's perfect to play an older Sully.
They're probably working on it now.
I hope they are.
If he isn't too busy with Kingdom Hearts.
Who's he in Kingdom Hearts?
Sully.
Right.
There's a whole Monsters Incorporated world!
No, he's too busy with the Roseanne reboot.
the one that got immediately canceled.
Yeah, that one. Because when you hire a ultra conservative racist star and you just hope they won't blow shit up, guess what's the first thing they fucking do?
Detain Mexican children? I'm talking about Trump.
I'm talking about Roseanne.
They're the same person in my brain.
Not all white people look the same, Howard.
With her chin? I'm just kidding.
Oh, damn. Alright, fuck, I don't care about Roseanne. What am I caring?
Yeah, we don't care about Roseanne. Fuck Roseanne.
Yeah, fuck her. She got what she deserved. Anyway,
and that's when the Roseanne fans came.
Any publicity is good publicity.
-5 likes.
Whatever, I'll just use my backup accounts and just boost that number back up. Not that I've done that.
I don't do that either.
You don't even have a YouTube channel.
I totally do.
You do?
Yeah.
Since when?
For a while. I was like half popular on a shitty mobile game for a little bit. We'll talk about that later.
That was did you put stuff on YouTube about that? Cause why am I just now hearing about this?
Oh yeah, man, I had like 26 subscribers. It was great.
Oh, big
And
number to you.
Well, no, but if I had kept up with it, maybe I'd have 100.
Good to have dreams.
That's okay.
So, anyway, I think we're about wrapped up here. You got anything else?
Oh wait, no. I did want to talk
Go
about
for it.
the music, but I feel like
Oh, go ahead.
that was all sort of said with the visuals and whatnot. So yeah, I mean whatever. It's great music. I'm gonna probably buy the CD. It was mostly the way that they used this very particular dissonant chord during the hypnotic room fight with the pizza guy slave screen.
I mean, like first
screen
movie,
slaver guy, but it's just there's a very particular musical device that he's using in there, and I'm like, oh man, this is it really just adds to the tension because it sounds awful in your ears.
I think my favorite just in either one of these movies is still the music that plays in the Cerebro looking room in the first one.
Oh yeah.
You know, like bwah, 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 that shit in that scene.
I'm really glad that Michael Giacchino doesn't rip off himself like Hans.
I don't know enough about music, but even I say yeah.
So it's really nice that he kept a lot of the familiar themes, but he was able to really create a variation that wasn't too drastic. And the way that he sort of scored all of the things with the to add tension and all especially when she's falling out of the sky to grab Evelyn and then Boyd is like, oh, grab her,
Yeah.
grab her, grab her, grab her. Also,
Yeah.
she was so awkward.
Yeah, oh, Void, yeah.
Yeah.
But the way they used her powers is fucking great.
Yeah, Jeff was saying that he loved the way how everyone's powers, like, you know, on paper is just really simple, but it's the way that they use their powers.
Oh, yeah.
That really, like, you know, sort of.
Very creative.
Yeah, very creative. So, like, you know that, like, Void's super awkward, but you, like, the way that she uses her powers, even other mind controllers, you can tell that she's a pretty smart person.
Yeah. So like that's something where like the visuals and stuff are so damn good, and the action sequences are really exciting and really fun to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, so all that stuff works great. And like let me be clear, I know I'm saying a lot of negative things. I still love this movie. I thought it was a great movie. I just think
Shush, dog.
Sorry, this dog is obsessed with fetch, like crazy obsessed, and he will not shut the fuck up about it.
Don't talk shit about my dog. I'll fucking kill you.
I'm just saying fact. You know it and I know it.
Don't talk about my dog, kid, like that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, you better be.
Okay.
It's my little bow.
Don't eat him. Don't consume him whole.
Maybe. Well, I'm kidding. I would never do that. Fuck off.
Anyway, but yeah, I feel like the parent here is like there are things to be improved. So like overall, I was giving this like a number score. I'd give it like a solid 8.
Yeah, I'd give it an 8.
Yeah.
I mean, I might also have rose tinted glasses for the first one.
I watched it not too long ago, so it holds up pretty well.
I guess. Okay.
Yeah.
Cause
like the last one's kind of an 8 too.
Oh really? Okay. I disagree.
8 or 9.
It was a 9 for me.
Fair enough.
Like, I think the thing that bothered me was the voice casting for Syndrome, because he was so annoying to listen to.
By design, I would argue.
No, I understand by design. I just like you think like when he grew up he would
Be less whiny.
be way less whiny, but no.
Nope.
No, I think that was the point of the first movie.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's like, money doesn't mean you have to be mature. That's what basically Syndrome was in the first one. But yeah, so honestly, this has actually been a really good week for movies. There's a lot of good fucking movies around. Like, even Tag wasn't that bad.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you about that, but we can talk about.
Yeah, we'll talk off camera. And then of course, Why Won't You Be My Neighbor, which I saw yesterday, which fucking made me cry on and off camera.
Yeah.
And then this movie, like, it's
Wasn't there something else coming out?
Yeah, I guess Hereditary tomorrow, and then Jurassic World 2
Jurassic World
comes out on Friday.
Oh man, Fallen Kingdom. I do want to see that because I hate the hamster ball ride, but I don't know. I guess this one seems a little better because there's like a really clear antagonist organization.
I mean, it's one of those, like, I'm not that optimistic, but I'm open to be surprised. So I don't know. Well, that's a we'll see.
I mean,
it's like also the only thing that comes out next week, so
yeah, okay.
So we'll make time for it. Other than that, you got any final thoughts?
Yeah, buy the soundtrack.
Yeah.
The soundtrack was amazing.
Yeah. So, all right, I think it's all we got. So me and Laura are probably gonna watch Hereditary tomorrow, and after that, next week is Jurassic World 2, and I don't know what else even out next week. I think I saw.
Cage.
Oh yeah, I'm not doing another vlog series on that.
Oh really?
Those take way too much time and effort.
If you do one with me, I could.
And plus, the reviews of Luke Cage Season 2 have not been very good. So.
Oh really?
Yeah. I'm hoping to be surprised.
Really? For 2?
Yeah, Season 2 has not been very good.
Well, that's not even out yet. How are they?
Early screenings.
Okay.
Critics are allowed to watch it early.
Yeah, but critics are always wrong. I'm just kidding.
I take personal offense at that.
I'm actually critiquing.
You're insulting my people. Granted, there's sometimes I'm like, oh, blow out your ass, critics, like Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're just shooting the shit now. So thank you guys for watching. See you later.
Ugh.